Hey everyone, Comic Journey back here again with another comic. And I'm not sure if everybody likes when I do these live stream or when I do them pre-recorded and add like a little music and graphics and that kind of thing. Put the little subscribe, uh, like, and comment logos and etc. etc. I'm not sure if people like that more or less. One of the reasons I kind of like doing these raw comic unboxings are because you get to discover the boxes as I discover what I see as I'm seeing it, and it's not pre-recorded, and you never have the doubt or the question of whether it was, you know, altered in any way. For example, this comic box that I have here is from a seller by the name of Cat60, and anybody that's been on the auction sites must have run across Cat60 at one point because the guy is everywhere on YouTube, on a lot of the auction platforms, and he's also on What's Not, which is apparently becoming a very go-to destination for a lot of comic auctions and sellers. But you know, I didn't want anybody to think that what I'm getting right now, what I'm opening here, is altered. So, Cat60, I'm warning you right now. If it's bad, what I find in here, people are going to see this live. I hope it's not bad. I'm sure it's going to be great. Um, I've never bought from a package from Cat60 before or got a shipment from them. This is the first one that I'm getting. But I have been interacting with him a lot over the past months, and he's a great seller. He's great character, great seller, um, very entertaining when you're buying from him. Makes the whole experience more than just a buying kind of experience. It's actually something that you enjoy. So, I kind of like that. How's it going, shop? Hey, hey. So I'm thinking that maybe this live stream format might be better when I'm unboxing stuff so you could see my genuine reaction. And if I like it, you'll see if I generally like it. And if I hate it, you can see my general reaction. And if I'm like, oh, what the hell? You can see that reaction as well. Let me know if you're watching on the live stream. Let me know if you prefer live stream or pre-recorded unboxings, and if you're watching on the replay, put it in the comments down below after. So I was actually on a forum yesterday at AMKM Comics channel. We were talking about some reviews. We were talking about Nice House on the Lake, which has been a hot comic of late. A couple other books as well. Definitely check it out. You get to see what I was doing during that whole stream while that was going on, and everybody's having the conversation, myself included. I was putting together a quick sketch of, I think it was Venom that I was drawing, um, and you get to see a little bit of my progress as a penciler from that. And I'm gonna do a couple of streams like that on my channel, kind of showing my style and how I'm putting everything together as far as the comic that I'm working on. And for anybody questioning why I have these post-its on top of the box, it's because I don't want anybody to see addresses because I don't know if Cat60 wants you to see his addresses and anybody else, etc., etc. So I'm very, you know, very, receptive to people's privacy. So as you can see already, nice box, which I'm going to reuse. I like reusing these boxes. And he put a bubble on top, and he's got another bubble mailer on the inside of it. So let's get rid of this box right now. And ooh, and he did not seal it, so I could reuse this. That's pretty cool. And I think everything I got in here, if my memory serves me right, is more moderns. And let's remind ourselves of what we got. Okay, so let's take this stack out. And we start from here. Ooh, I forgot all about these. These are actually interesting. So, Cat was actually selling a lot of Invincible comics. And let me see if I could see the numbers on here. This is 134, 135, 133, and this reprint of number one. Reason on, and then we have this one as well. This is, I believe, some other type of reprint of number one as well. So I officially started my Invincible collection through here. And the reason I got these books is because of the damn cartoon that they put on Amazon. I watched it and I found it intriguing. It's really interesting. And I started to read some of the trade paperbacks and I kind of like them. So my sickness is when I like something, I want the originals. So I don't have the original, original of Invincible one. I'll eventually get it. I'm not gonna pay crazy money for it. I'm gonna wait till the FOMO dies out and then get one then, and get it at a reasonable price. And that's what I got here. So I have 130, 133, 134, uh, recent reprint, and another reprint. Let's see what this says. New TV series of Amazon. So this one came out after the announcement of, or after Amazon came out. But either way, nice collectible books. And usually the way I put my runs together is I'll start picking up whatever is achievable, whatever I could get in decent lots. Cartoon was good. Was glad I went through into it, and not knowing a thing made me like it more. That's exactly how I felt, Shop. I had no idea what this was about. I All I knew what the character looked like from seeing the character sporadically in the comic news or on a rack of what the character looked like. I had no idea how intense that story was, and I should have had an idea, but considering it's Robert Kirkman that is the writer for it, and this guy has a real tendency of knocking things out of the park and giving you twists and weird storylines, crazy storylines, very, very real emotion, and honestly, he's got a real insane approach. He's got to have a little bit of screw loose to write the kind of stuff he does, but it's very enjoyable, and that's the reason why I'm specking a little bit on his new Firepower series that he's working on, because seeing how great this series is, and I'm being actually um, a little upset that I never approached this before. Seeing how great the Walking Dead series was, and how they both got adapted to real media, live media, cartoon media. I feel that Firepower is going to be the next place, but that's only me thinking, and I'm not specking hard on it because I'm only buying stuff at cover price. Um, I have a couple of issues of the first number one of Firepower, and I think that it's you know worth the spec on it. That's it. And if anybody wants to do a cheap spec for the long play, it's not a bad one. And I'm going to start making videos of things that I spec on, because I spec on it, and not because everybody else tells me. I spec on it for my own personal reasons, and I'll tell you why I do that. So next book here is, oh, what the hell do I have here? Okay, I forgot what this is. I know something. Oh, Lock and Key. This actually came with this lot that I picked up. You have these two copies of Lock and Key, the Virgin variants, certificate of authenticity from IDO. That's what got me on this one. That's what really got me on this one. This was a 1 out of 500 by Meg. Doesn't say who. I guess this is from the manufacturer, IDW publisher. So this had 1 out of 500. I don't know what this is 1 out of, but these are both the Virgin variants, and Lock and Key is a very interesting series as well. And I'm slowly starting to get into it. So I got these all at a decent price. Don't forget what I don't remember exactly what it was that I got them for, but I'll tell you something. I didn't get them for much more than asking, so I'm very fun. I'm very happy with that. Specking is fun for sure. I'm specking on showing up in the MCU. You know what? Long shot is a for me personally a very interesting spec because he's been long forgotten. If anybody was around during the 80s, which I was, long shot was a really big deal. Was a really really big deal, and he was the hottest thing going on for as far as new characters for the X-Men, up all the way up until I guess you know when Gambit and Psylocke and all those characters started to get introduced. Longshot was a big deal, and I don't know why they buried him for so many years. But I have a feeling you might be right about Longshot taking off. Plus, it's a nice little mini series, a nice cover, uh, hit you with a little bit of nostalgia. With the outfits and everything that's play. It's not very expensive compared to other books of that time period. The mini series number one, I don't think goes for much more than. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anybody's still watching right now, maybe I think you get a 9.8 at around the like 400 price, more or less. Maybe it's gone up since then, but for a character of that caliber, a book of that age, I can't see much downside from there. I could be wrong. I mean, everything could have a downside. Everything could drop to zero. But for a book like that, I think there'll always be a demand. So even if people are specking on it, driving up the price right now, um, I don't see a big downfall for where it is because it's still under the radar. Nobody's really talking. There are people that are talking about Longshot, but it's not commonplace. I think it's a really good character. Loved him in Fall of the Mutant series. Yeah, he was a great character, and the whole Mojo storyline. Very underrated characters and very underused characters. They were really used during that time period, but right now they've been lost. So let's get back to the books. So we got Lock and Key, the two variants, and then we got these, which I was really happy to pick up. These I was really happy to pick up. Why? Because I was actually missing uh, Wolverine 3, Wolverine 4, and I had 5, but I have a really nasty, gnarly copy of it. So I was able to get these 3 for, I think they cost me about $10 a piece, which not bad because the grade is pretty nice. I'm looking at them right now. The condition's pretty good. I want to say that they're all in a 9 and over, which makes me happy because I want to have a full run of 1 through 10 of this original series. I have a lot of stuff like from 30 and after. But for some reason, I was missing a lot of the issued books. I have the number 8. I have number 1, number 2, and I believe I had number 9. So now I'm really only missing 6 and 7, I think. So thanks, shop. And series is a really nice series, a very underrated series. Um, Obviously, everything is picked up significantly since all this Wolverine and X-Men spec happened. Since they announced that they're going to be something going on in the MCU down the line. Then no real spec as far as them saying actual project, but everybody knows it's coming. So I'm glad I got these now before it gets really, really crazy in a really, really nice condition. So these are going back to my Wolverine collection. And it's funny, for my original collection, one of the boxes that were left that didn't disappear or didn't get destroyed or didn't get lost or stolen was one of my W boxes, and it had one of my Wolverines in there. So I'm really happy that I'm gonna be able to put some things back together again and complete that original run that I had. Next on the line is actually Bunny Mask number 1, the 2 copies. I got these for such a great price. This I got actually, um, believe it or not, he started the auction at $6, and that's cover price. I think the cover price is actually $3.99 on them, so I got them for undercover price. And this was before the whole bunny mask nuttiness that you're seeing. Um, if anybody's seen one of my previous videos that I'm doing an experiment bunny mask, um, you'll know why I'm actually specking a little bit on these books. It is a very intense, a very weird, a very bonkers story. The people that wrote this are pretty disturbed. I think they got, I don't know, some kind of mental issues. The way they wrote this thing, it's nuts. But I am doing an experiment on this, and if you go back to my older videos and you find the one bunny mask, you'll know what I'm talking about. And I'm actually going to be doing a follow up on this. So I'm not going to get too into this so I don't make this video like too long. But there's going to be a follow up on this because it's an interesting experiment. Next on the line is Turok number 1 and Turok number 2. Now, I think I got these for $1. I'm not joking. I think I got these both for $1. And I think he put them up as a gag. And I bit as far as putting them up. Everybody knows these things are printed to hell all over the place. Like Turok has been the butt of many people's jokes as far as this comic is concerned because of the overprinting and the insanity of the 90s and the overdoing it of all the refracting and the chromium and chrome covers and etc. And they were $1. These were part of the ones I were out of my lost collection. I got them for less than what they cost in cover price, and I don't know why he gave them up like that, but I did get them, and now I have Turok in my collection. They're in good shape too, so if there ever goes everything ever goes crazy with Turok, I have my spec here. Not that it matters. This is just reminiscent to my 90s collecting. And this right here is the big book from the collection that I got, I think. Um, it's upside down. There we go. So this is Department of Truth number 1, first print. And there's a lot of talk about this book. Now, I paid $40 for this. Can I have gotten it for a little cheaper on eBay? Probably. I could have gotten a little cheaper. Don't know if the condition would have been great. This is actually a really nice condition. Definitely a CGC 9.8 contender. From what I could see, I'll take a closer look later on. This series is written by James Tinian. If everybody knows anything about James Tinian, he's definitely the flavor of the month when it comes to writers these days. Uh, Everything he touches is gold. He's doing this. He's doing Something's Killing the Children. He's doing Nice House on the Lake. A lot of stuff on his current resume that are really knocking it out of the park. So this is one of the few modern books that I was willing to pay grossly over asking price, over cover price, for the sole reason that I have almost the entire run from 1 to 10. I think the only book that I'm missing right now at this moment might be number 2. And I think I have a second print of number 2. So I have, that's the only way I have to check. But I think number 2 is the only other book that I'm missing from this collection. And I wanted to make sure that I got the full run because I did get the trade paperback and I did enjoy it a lot. And I think there is something to it. This guy's a very, very X-Files vibe and feel to it. I love the covers that they're doing with these books. I actually like these covers much better than the variants that they do. The Prism variants with the like lady with the handkerchief over her head and the sunglasses. I'm sure anybody that's familiar with these books know the look. Um, I like the A covers so much more. So I am almost complete, I believe, with at least the A covers, almost. And I'll be happy to have these in collection. So I was willing to pay a little bit more than um, my collecting normally will hold me from restraints of doing because I just feel confident behind this book. And at the same time, yeah, I paid $40 for it. And I look at it like this: what's the worst thing that could happen? It could drop down to $5, $10, worst case scenario. But it could also go sky's the limit. You know, these first prints have limited runs. So for me, it was well worth it. And I am a completionist, like I've always said. So I got quite a few books from here. They were really packed well through Cat. I also want to mention that I did get these. Cat was auctioning at the metaphorical auctions, and those happen 3 times a week on YouTube. And if you haven't checked them out, I think you should. I have no stake in the game. Um, get nothing from endorsing them, other than the fact that I found a really cool place to pick up books, and I'm trying to share that with everybody else. They do them Monday through Friday, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, and every Friday night at 8 p.m. And these things go like long. When I say long, I've seen them go all the way to like 3, 4 in the morning. These things go long. Usually they'll taper off about like 12, 1 o'clock, so more or less. But sometimes they go long. And the thing is, it's an auction experience. But besides it being an auction experience, it's also a community experience. You got a lot of banter going on, a lot of interesting characters that go there. Cat60 is one of them. He's great. You got other people that are in there, the Freeze brothers, J1, Robert Burke, AMKM, and obviously Metaphorical, and a bunch of others. A cool cast of characters, and you see them bantering with each other and interacting with the chat, and people are giving it back and forth and buying books at the same time. It's a fun experience. So whether you're buying from them or not, it's honestly a lot more uh, fun than actually watching a stupid stream like mine that's unboxing books. You know, it's more interactive. So definitely worth checking out. What happening tonight, as a matter of fact, um, just by coincidence that I got this, and I'm doing a live stream. But before I sign off, I wanted to see and put the question out there again. Do you prefer me doing these unboxings live, or do you want me to pre-record them and package them with some kind of music and whatever and blah blah blah? Um, Let me know if you like these my videos and the channel. Um, Press the like button. This, if you hate them, put a dislike button. If you enjoy them and want to see videos in the future, you might as well subscribe and press that little ding 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 thing, and you'll get notifications. And what I cherish more than anything else, regardless if you like, subscribe, whatever, is comments. I love positive and negative feedback. I love to hear from the community, um, their opinions, their insight, and whether they like or not like what I'm putting out there. I know I'm typically not your normal bombastic YouTuber that basically goes ballistic over spec and all that stuff. I'm just a guy getting back into the hobby after years off and trying to relearn the hobby. I'm also a person trying to make a contribution in the best way I can to the community by putting out a book that puts my vision out there in the best possible way. Um, so hopefully that works out well. And I'm going to sign off because I don't want this to go on forever. And thanks for joining me. I appreciate all the kind words that I've been getting in DMs. I'm on Instagram as well. If you're looking for me through Instagram, um, my name is New Comic Journey on Instagram because somebody took Comic Journey before I got a chance. But I got it on YouTube. But that being said, if check me out on Instagram, I put my own weird posts on there too. Um, and un- until the next video, you keep collecting, and I'll keep recollecting. Thanks for joining me, guys. Let me turn this thing off again. The hell. All right. All right.